Alright, so we're doing another Step 5 FRC dungeon. And I just decided to, I don't have anyone in particular in mind. I'm just going to create my own. See how this goes. So it's Step 5 FRC. We'll share it. See how this goes. And I'm going to explore around. I normally just make a beeline for the bosses, but this time I'm actually going to explore the side areas and then maybe we'll see something interesting. This is a search for weird stuff. And also to get more practice talking into a microphone. Maybe it'll be tougher. Some of these are really tough. You'll create a dungeon and it's like, oh my gosh, what have I created? And other times it's pretty easy, straightforward. So we'll explore the first side area. See, these guys can fight. Who will win? I think we know who's gonna win. Serves you right for standing still in Bloodborne. I don't think people realize is just how deadly it is just to stand in one spot. I remember when I first played these games. Actually Bloodborne was the first one that I played. And I made it all the way to the Witch of Hemwick. So I beat Blood-Starved Beast. I beat Vicar Amelia. And I made it to the Witch of Hemwick. That's where I went next. And I didn't try very much, but I couldn't beat the Witch of Hemwick. But I only tried like once or twice, maybe 3 times, and I got so fed up. Because by that time I had died like 1,000,000 times. Worthless. And I was just like, you know what, forget this. This is just too much. I liked Bloodborne. Just like the way it was set up, like it looked really interesting and cool, but I just got so, like, the difficulty I wasn't used to. But I was still kind of interested in these games. Let's see, this hunter's gonna... Ooh. See, he'll probably come up here. Yep. Anyway, as I was saying, I got bored. Well, I didn't get bored of it. I got fed up with dying all the time, so I stopped playing it. But I was still generally pretty interested. Whoa. And Dark Souls 3 came out like the next year. Although I didn't get Bloodborne when it came out. I got it like a year after it came out. And then, but remember, like Dark Souls 3 came out 1 year after Bloodborne. So I bought Bloodborne, got fed up. And then like a few months later, Dark Souls 3 came out. I was like, oh, I wonder how similar this is to Bloodborne. Because I knew it was made by the same developer. And they were very similar, but they were different enough. And just like Bloodborne, I played the first area. I killed Gundyr. And then I went to High Wall of Lothric, died 1,000,000 times, got Devort. I don't remember struggling with him too much. I actually don't really remember. It's kind of fading. But I beat him. And then I went to the Undead Settlement. I didn't know he threw Molotovs. Anyway. Nope, it's the pig. Where are my... So I got to Undead Settlement, played through the area. I got to the tree, curse-rotted Greatwood. And just like Witch of Hemwick, I got fed up with dying so much. Because I only tried the tree boss a couple times before I just became fed up with it. How did I miss? Or I just stopped playing DS3. And then I didn't play Dark Souls or Bloodborne for quite some time. It was probably a year or two, actually. It was a long time. There you go, Wilbur. Let me think, actually, because I believe I bought Dark Souls 3 Black Friday 2016, which was the year it came out. And then when I brought it home, I did exactly what I said. I got to the tree boss, just kept dying so many times. I was like, you know what, I like the aesthetic, I like the layout, I like everything about it. It's just it was too hard for me, and I stopped playing. And then I discovered the Honest Game trailers. I really liked the Honest Game trailers. Let's see, I forgot if there was a door back here. No, okay. And I saw the Honest trailers for Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1 and 2, and Demon Souls. I got, bunched up into one. And just the Honest trailers, kind of honestly, they sold me on it. I was interested to begin with, but the trailers just made it all the more appealing. Like, the bosses looked amazing, the areas looked fantastic, the weapons, just everything about the games just looked so cool. Which for a video game, like, I'm not, this might be surprising to you, but I don't really play too many video games. I've never played a single Call of Duty. I think I played Halo once when some kid brought it to school. What else? What else do people play? See, I don't even know. I remember when Assassin's Creed was a thing. I never really got into it. I tried playing God of War, the new one, and I got relatively far, but I just lost interest and stopped playing it. So I really don't play too many video games. Hold on, we've been using this for a while. Let's use something else. Let's use the blood letter. Yeah, see, that beast blood pellet I just used was worthless, because it only affects physical damage, and the blood letter does blood damage. Ouchie. Yeah, I knew that was going to hit me. Look how much damage that does. They intended that to be a one-shot. But I always stack the high defense runes because I don't like dying. I am probably the most skilled casual player you'll ever meet. I am the best of the worst. Nice. The only video games that I really still like, and you'll probably guess this if you've watched most of my videos, or at least one of my videos, because I use this music all the time. I really liked the Crash Bandicoot games and the Spyro the Dragon games. Like, I grew up on that stuff. And then when I was a bit older, Ratchet and Clank came out, as well as Sly Cooper. And I played a lot of those. Jak and Daxter is usually associated with those three, but I didn't have Jak and Daxter growing up. I didn't play those games till much later, but by then the nostalgia period was closed. But yeah, I grew up playing those, and then when the PS3 was a thing, I feel like I should go down there and explore, because again, we're trying to find weird stuff. You need to die. Be gone, spiders. When the PlayStation 3 was a thing, I really liked the Uncharted video games, because I was really into the Naughty Dog brand, because Naughty Dog made the Crash games, and they also made Jak and Daxter, but I already talked about that. But just Naughty Dog and stuff in general I really loved. And I still like Naughty Dog, but they need to focus on making video games rather than think pieces. Ooh, a fool's gem. Alright. Let's bone back. So I was saying, like, I really like Naughty Dog games, as well as Insomniac, Sucker Punch, those three developers that they basically made all the games I played when I was a kid. But, you know, the developers change as time goes on. They don't make the same games as they used to. Or in Sucker Punch's case, they don't make games at all. What am I looking at? That's a beast-possessed soul. I don't understand that name. Why do they call him beast-possessed soul? Shouldn't it be like a soul-possessed beast, because he is a beast? Okay. There's nothing for me here. Only death and dismemberment. The point I'm trying to make is I didn't like Last of Us Part 2. I wasn't a super big fan of the first... Well, I liked the first one, don't get me wrong. I really liked Last of Us Part 1. But I wasn't like a fanboy, if that... Like, it wasn't like when it came out, I was like, man, I love this game. I want to play it every single day. It wasn't that. But I did really like the first game. The first game was... At that time it came out, I thought it was the best written video game. And maybe still today. But when Last of Us Part 2 was coming out, I was really interested in seeing where they were going to go with it. Because I played the first game. Fetch, Fido. But, unfortunately, the execution of Last of... Look, I've watched all the essays on that. Just... I don't know if you've ever played it, but... You can skip it. Like, a lot of people complain about the politics of that video game. Politics aside, the gameplay was just... It feels like Naughty Dog's been doing the same thing for 10 years with how their games are set up. It's like they haven't done anything new, gameplay mechanic-wise. Like, if you look at the difference between the Crash Bandicoot games and then the Jak and Daxter games, which came out pretty much... one right after the other. Like, there's only like a 2-year difference between their last Crash and their first Jak and Daxter. Big difference. Same with between, you know, I'm talking about differences between IPs. With The Last of Us, like, you know, it's 2020. Hold on. The first Last of Us came out in 2013 and it still felt the same. Is this the Descendant or the Elder? It's the Elder. Anyway, if you liked it, good, but I don't know, I tried really hard to like it. I remember when there were the leaks came out. I didn't really look at the leaks, but the leaks found me. Like, I wasn't looking for leaks, but the leaks found me. But let's see, weed whack 'em. Unfortunately, this was a bust. Dang it. No 4th layer. That sucks. What was I saying to wrap off this busted dungeon? Last of Us Part 2. Oh, if you like the game, that's great, but I didn't like it because... mostly because, well, the leaks I heard... I found them, but they didn't really mean much to me. I was pretty sure that, okay, if you don't know the story of Last of Us Part 2, then the video is pretty much over for you. We gotta click off it. But for those that don't really care or know what happens, I was pretty sure Joel was gonna die in the game before the leaks. It just made sense to me. But the way it was executed in the game, I wasn't really super into how they did it, to say the least. But I was still trying really hard to not be like the haters that just want to dump on the game because of trivial reasons. And I stuck it through like the halfway point. When I got to the halfway point and they switch over to the Abby segment, and just like when day 1 Abby was over, like when day 1 Abby ended and day 2 Abby began, I was lost. They did not get me back. My patience had run out. I did not care for it. I was super frustrated. And I really hope Naughty Dog doesn't do stuff like that again. Because I still like the company and I want to see them succeed. Anyway, that had nothing to do with what we were trying to do in Bloodborne. Because, see, this game's 7 years old. We're still playing it. I don't think anyone's really going to be interested in playing Last of Us Part 2 7 years later. But, I don't know. Maybe they will. Alright, that concludes the video. Thank you for watching.